Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Today I am super excited, but more than usual, because today I was able to see Rabona, the first Rabona from Angel Di Maria. Mamma mia, super excited about the 3.30 seconds of the training session in La Continassa with Pogba, with Di Maria, that was exceptional. And then I saw my new addiction, the behind the scenes of Paul Pogba. Yesterday I saw the one of Di Maria. I hope we can see soon new behind the scenes, maybe of Zaniolo. Probably not the one of Koulibaly, that today the voices are going to Chelsea. But why am I the most excited about? It's because today I'm not alone. I am not alone. I am here with 4 members of the channel. I promised it, and I'm happy that we can organize it. And hopefully it can become something, a really fixed topic on the channel, maybe every 2 weeks or every month, depending on how the flow goes. But I'm super happy. And guys, you can all unmute yourself now because we are live. We have Harit, Tariq, Anthony, Enrico, 4 members of the channel that will discuss Juve together with us, but also with you in the chat, like Jacob, like Marian, like Dr. A, like Sasa, like Julian Dos Santos, Ali, who is there, all the people that are in the chat. Super happy. By the way, Julian here, the boy here, is a new mod of the channel. Congratulations, Julian. Super happy that you will monitor a bit the chat. If people are doing crazy things, tell them to stay quiet. Otherwise, you put on mute for a few seconds. Ciao, Aman. Ciao, everyone. But let's start saying hello to the first one. Ciao, Harit. How are you doing? And welcome on the channel.
How's it going, Pepe? It's an honor to have you here. You know, been a fan for so long, and love you all, guys.
No, I love you, Harit. How long are you following the channel? And maybe you know how long and how did you discover the channel? I never know. I'm always curious to know how people discover the channel for the first time.
So I came across the channel around like halfway through the Pirlo season.
Yeah.
When the results weren't going so great, I was just like, this is not fun to watch. And then with YouTube and everything, you came up as a recommendation. Saw the video, liked it, subscribed straight away, and not missed a video ever since.
Thank you. Where are you based, Harit?
So I'm currently in Glasgow, sunny Glasgow. That's what we're saying.
Sunny Glasgow.
We never get the sun here.
I hope to visit it one day. My wife, she's always pissed off because one of my ex-girlfriends a really long time ago, she was from Scotland, she was living in Belgium, and every time I say I really want to visit the country, she's saying, no, we don't go because you're ex... But I don't understand the link, but anyway, so I don't know if one day I will be able to do it or not. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome here. I'll show you around Glasgow.
Harit, pro or anti-Allegri? Because I need to understand.
Pro, more pro.
Ah, okay, that we have a pro. Tariq, welcome back, because it's not the first time that you are here. You also had the chance to come on the Juve channel together with me. Welcome, Tariq, from Dubai.
It's time. It's time.
Ah,
yes,
it was you, Tariq. Look at that. It's time.
Ciao, Pepe. Ciao, everyone.
Ciao, Tariq. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Honestly, I'm so happy about the Mercato, and like it's been a good summer.
Tariq, I have a question before going to Anthony and Enrico. I always loved in the past years how happy Interista were about their Mercato, and they were thinking that everything was great, they would win 100% the Scudetto and so on. Are we not doing the same mistake as Interista, celebrating the Mercato too much? Or it's normal to be as happy as we are at the moment?
No, honestly, it's normal to be happy. You know, this is a Fanta culture. You know, now we are just thinking about names and like, you know, on a piece of paper and different formations. So like, obviously, like, you know, we're still Juventus. Like, you know, like we have to go for the Scudetto. So like, you know, like having high expectations is normal. So like, it's not like, you know, Inter fans talking about, you know, one Scudetto, 200 million, you know, so we're feet on the ground, but we're looking to the Scudetto.
I agree. Today, yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the word that I'm hearing the most from all the Juve people is really going back to winning. From Pavel Nedved, Cherubini, the new signings like Pogba, Di Maria, they have one word in their mouth, and it is winning. And this makes me really happy. Ciao, Anthony from New York, Brooklyn.
Yes, sir. Ciao, Beppe. Ciao, Juventini of the world. Thank you so much for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you on with that fantastic shirt behind you. That's a beauty. That's really a beauty. Anthony, tell us a bit. Pro against who was your favorite player of last year, and who was the one that you said no? I hope I don't see him again.
Who I hope I don't see again. It looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of him, but we have Alexandro on the left side. Hopefully, if we end up keeping Cambiaso, he'll be able to step in and help him out. But I think we're going to need a lot of help on that left side, especially with Pogba back. He's going to need some defensive coverage. So we'll see how that works out with our left back position. Who I'm most excited about from last year, I really, and this is from the training video from today, I was really happy to see Zakaria.
Oh.
He looked great. He looked strong. We didn't see too much of him, unfortunately. The little taste was really good, but we're going to see a lot more of him this year, and I think he's going to surprise everyone.
You are really touching a beautiful one, because I saw him also with the goal after the assist of Cuadrado, just to change. Beautiful goal of Zakaria, and he scored another one a bit later. I saw him in big form. Hopefully, we can have a top Zakaria before presenting Enrico. Let me say thank you to Mike Mazzarese, who is member for the 7th consecutive month. Let me also put, let's see, Pogba. Pogba that is coming on the screen. He will sign, because he's showing like Mikey that is renewing the subscription for the 7th month. And he's saying, ciao Beppe and all the guests. Great seeing our players training today, and watching the training is making me ready for the begin. My son Luca says hi. So Luca, ciao. Thank you for watching. Thank you for becoming a great Juventino. If you were there and watching already the last 2 seasons, you were a great king, because the next the one that will start, will be a fantastic one. So Luca, enjoy it. Rami, thank you for your donation. He's saying, looking to be a member. Can you let me know how? Well, it's quite easy, or it should be super easy. You have a link into the description, and I know I'm a bit crazy because I always take time to write everything, what is the video about, and nobody is reading it. But here you have a link into the description, you click on it, and then you will be on another page that will show you how to become a member. You have 3 different categories, so Rami, you don't have to do it because nobody is obliged to do it, but of course, if you want to support the channel, that's a real honor. Thank you for your donation, Rami. Enrico, I'm happy to have you here. Beautiful tattoos, ready to speak about Juve. Also you, USA, Brooklyn.
Yes, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was going to say I'm pro Allegri too. I definitely am pro Allegri. I think he needs some more time, and I think he needs his own mercato. I don't think the players that Pedro had left over were his type of players that he could work with, you know? So I think Allegri this year picked the right players to work with. He knows what he's doing. I think this year is going to be a good year.
Well, wait, because Harit is a pro Allegri. Enrico as well. Tariq, I know he's always pro management, pro club. Anthony, pro or against Allegri?
I mean, not to dwell too much in the past, I was more in favor of keeping Pirlo around. Of course, now that he's on our touchline, I'm pro Allegri. I'm pro whatever coach we have. So I support. But we'll see how this year goes, see how he takes us, and I will be willing to reevaluate then.
Because I need a bit of going in a bit of fight today. Otherwise, if everyone is thinking that everything is beautiful, we will never get there. We have a beautiful question. I saw it. Wait, it was a really beautiful one from Marvin. Marvin that was saying, and maybe we can start immediately with the first topic of the evening. With Zakaria, we don't need a 50 million Zaniolo in the midfield. So just to introduce the topic, and then you will be at word, guys, because you decide. And by the way, Rami found immediately how to become a member. Grande Rami, welcome into the family. Grande. Look at that. There is a Pogba that is doing the dab just for you. So Zaniolo, Juventus is really insisting to have Zaniolo as a player. At the moment, of course, we heard today that Federico Chiesa will not go to USA. He will continue to train at La Continassa, will start playing again a few parts of games around September, but Allegri said he will be again at 100% towards the month of January, something that we already said so many times on the channel. So the idea, and we are just speculating, but should be that you have a Zaniolo in a 4-3-3 on the right side with Di Maria on the right. And what we heard and what we were reading about was that Allegri wants to transform him as a mezzala box-to-box. But now we have that beautiful comment from Marvin who's saying, do we really need him for 50 million? Who wants to start with it?
I could go first.
Let's go, Harry.
So with Zaniolo, an amazing talent. No one can deny that. For me, I just never had that much faith in him at Roma. For me, he's not a game changer on the wing, at least. Maybe Allegri sees something in the middle, but right now we need to sell midfielders rather than buy midfielders. So I'm thinking like maybe save that 50 million, keep Zakaria, see how he does, because I really like the guy, and maybe spend 30 of that on an out-and-out winger. That will be more to balance the team as well.
Who has another opinion on that one?
I agree with Harit because honestly, like Zaniolo, we don't need another midfielder. But like, if the management sees Zaniolo as a winger who like can play instead of Chiesa, and then like when Di Maria goes, he eventually takes up one of the winger spots, giving verticality, speed. Honestly, that's like the only need that we have right now, and we have like 9 midfielders already on the teams.
Do we have enough players on top offensively at the moment? Because Dybala is gone, Bernardeschi is gone, Morata is gone. Of course, you never know with Morata, but at the moment they are all gone, and we have Vlahovic, a Chiesa that we can't see until January, Di Maria and Cuadrado. Cuadrado with the last year of contract, already 33. Let's see how Cuadrado will fill in that spot. Do we have enough players, or are you expecting someone else? Kostic, for example, will that be a regret or not? Anthony?
I definitely don't think we have enough attacking players at the moment. That's kind of why I can maybe see Moise Kean staying, not by choice, but by necessity. But I don't think the management is thinking of it in that way when they try to make a move for Zaniolo. I think this has been a player that's kind of been inevitable for a while that was going to join Juve. I think management really liked him. He's Italian. Before the injury, I think you could say he was really the most promising and exciting young Italian attacker, I guess, before Chiesa burst onto the scene. So I think they really want to sign him, and then from there are just going to leave it up to Allegri. If he wants to transform him into a box-to-box midfielder, that's personally where I see him. I think he has the physicality. I think he has the work rates. He kind of has that little bit of receive the ball and just go, which I think is something that we need. But where he's going to play, at least from the beginning, I don't know, and I do not think he's going to be able to fit onto our left side. Now we don't have side attackers, something that's going to be have to be taken care of.
Aldo is a big fan of Zaniolo. He's saying it's unlikely any other player we have in the squad, Zaniolo. He's direct running, carrying the ball vertically. We've seen moments of that with Zakaria last season, but none do it like Zaniolo. I think you touch a really great point, Anthony, saying that indeed Italian, important to build again that core of Italian players, young players with some potential. Now, today I was hearing Repice, that is the Italian voice on the radio for the games of Juve, but he's actually a Roma fan. He loves Roma, he loves Zaniolo, but he sees him more as an attacking player, as a second striker, first striker, whatever. He wants to see him there. What is your opinion, Enrico, about Zaniolo? Good move, wrong move? Do we have to go for someone else? Because it's still 50 million. We don't have to forget that.
Yeah. For 50 million, I don't know if it's worth it, because we still have midfielders that could also do the job, like Zakaria. I know he's young, but I really love him. I think Miretti's not world class, but he's an up and coming talent. And I don't think Zaniolo, for me, if he's not playing in the midfield, it doesn't make sense to buy. I mean, it doesn't make sense to buy him because, first of all, he's a left-footed winger. winger. And Di Maria is also a left-footed winger. And normally they both play the same position, right wing. So if you're buying him to replace Chiesa, like for the beginning of the season, I don't think it's a good idea. But if you turn him into like the right center mid spot as a mezzala, I think it could be very good, but the price has to come down. 50 mil for him, too much.
Beppe, I wanted to ask you guys all actually, where do you guys see Chiesa's best position? Is it on the right where he might prefer, or on the left?
Hey, that's a good question, because I believe also that Zaniolo is also in perspective. It's a player that you try now, you buy now, you test him now, and then you can decide where to play him on the right, or always on the right side. That's a fact, but offensively or as a mezzala, as that box-to-box role in the future, also knowing that Di Maria could potentially leave after 1 year if a Soulé is not ready, because you see that Soulé is a big talent, but I don't know if he has at the moment the caliber to be a Serie A player or starter at Juve. But indeed, the big question is where will and how will Chiesa play? With Pirlo, he was best on the right side of the field. With Allegri, when he played, he was better on the left side. Or with Italy especially, he was better on the left side entering. I believe that Chiesa can play both. And that's one of the great skills that Chiesa has. That possibility to change side to side. Because he's also a player that is able to go on target with the right foot and the left foot without losing a bit of power. That's what I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I see him as a left-sided player. Of course, he can do it from the right, especially when he was delivering to Ronaldo. But cutting in from the left, I think his finishing has improved a lot, and that's where he's the most clinical.
Ron is saying, after all the injuries Juve dealt with last year, I will never question depth on the bench. Bring on Zaniolo.
But Zaniolo should be fit, huh?
That's the thing as well, because that's also another part of the question. It's true that he played a lot of games last year with Roma, and the injuries should be at the back. Yeah, but you never know, because he had two big injuries. On the other side, go Enrico.
I also don't agree with that. When people say Zaniolo's injury prone, I don't agree with it, because, okay, yes, he got the 2 ACLs, but it's not like, I feel injury prone is when like you injure muscles over and over. Like an injury prone is like a Dybala to me. But Zaniolo, was just an unfortunate thing that happened to him. Yeah, he got unlucky twice, which is very rare, but I don't think he's injury prone.
I definitely agree with that. Because like 2 ACLs is different to someone getting a muscle injury every week or two.
Go. Sorry, guys. Continue to speak.
I said what I said. I really don't think Zaniolo's injury prone. I just don't think he's worth the 50 mil, maybe 35, 40 max.
The big difference is
like
that
30s is the number.
Yeah, but he has 2 years of contract with Roma, and they have the possibility to keep him even more. So that's a bit the difficulty. 2 years of contract. Like Juventus with the Ligt, they decide at the end, because it's not just 1 year when you know that he can go for free in 1 more year. No, 2 years of contract is long for the player, so they decide. They know that they have a big talent in their team. They know that they can't count on him. They were speaking about 70 million. They dropped to 50. At the moment, that's the numbers that we are hearing today. So I don't believe they will go a lot lower. Maybe an expensive loan with an obligation to buy at some bonuses, but I don't believe. Veritas is saying, and thank you Ron for your donation, but Veritas is saying 35, 40 million could be a great price. I agree. Here we fly with 35, 40, but I think that Juve will do it. There was a beautiful question that was sent to me by mail a bit earlier, because we have to speak about it. Di Maria, he spoke about Dybala in his press conference. Paul Pogba today, he spoke about Dybala in the press conference. Dybala is a player that you can play as a number 10. He's a player that we stop the contract instead of going for an unknown Zaniolo for 50 mil. Who would have extended Dybala in the actual future team? Yes or no, whatever.
It's a difficult one, because I love Dybala. but at the same time, I do understand the 4-3-3 system. Dybala never fit in that Allegri system where, if you look at the best games we had over the last few years, the 3-1 against Madrid, Dybala wasn't playing. The 3-0 against Atletico, Dybala wasn't there. So it's like these best Allegri games, it's when Dybala's not there.
But there is Tottenham and Barcelona. Those are like, he did perform in some
La Juve,
games.
la Juve.
But
Yeah, the
honestly,
Barca
for
one is
me,
beautiful as well.
yeah, honestly, but that's a long time ago. That's like 5 years ago. But like honestly, for me, I'm not a Dybala hater, but like I've been a long time skeptical about his fit because he's very tactically inflexible. The guy's been at our club for like 4 or 5 years. We don't know his best position. We have to fit the formation around him, and then he just drops out of position. So difficult to fit in, and like the talent is so far, but like it got to a point where like we have to build the team around the benefits of the team and not one player.
I definitely agree, and I think once the management decided it was possible to sign Vlahovic, I think the Dybala story was over. Unfortunately, if I was management, I don't know if I would have made the same decision. It's a hard decision to make to move on from someone like that, but I think ultimately looking to the future, it was the right choice. Now we have someone who's more suited to that role, maybe not at the same caliber level as Dybala. Di Maria obviously a little bit older, but he can fill that prototype role, I think, a little bit better than Dybala would have been able to.
With all the new additions plus more on the way, any concern with chemistry adaptation early on? Match day 1 is in 33 days away, and he's correct, Rami.
I had one question.
Go.
Sorry, about the Dybala. We have 2 signings now. One of them, Pogba, who's a good friend of Dybala. The other one is Di Maria, who plays in the national team. What did Dybala tell them when they asked, hey, how is Juve doing? How is the environment? What do you think he said to them?
Well, at the end, they both arrived at Juve, so that's already a good sign, luckily. But when you see the face of Dybala and how they spoke about him, you see that he's sad. I believe he realized that somewhere he made a mistake. Not only him, but also with his manager, Anton, but somewhere something happened and you see that he's maybe regretting it. And but on the other hand, nobody can doubt that he really loved Juve. I was there in the last game of Juve Lazio at home. Some people were saying it were fake tears and so on. No, I can guarantee it was really from here. Then maybe he was crying because he made a mistake. Maybe he was crying because he was too. I don't know, but he was really sincere. About the first game and adaptation, well, at the moment, we have only 2 players that are added, and for me, what kind of player? Because the 2 ones are really instant players. They come, they fit, they know what to do, they bring experience. They bring also what Allegri wants, because these are really Allegri players. He has chosen them, which didn't happen with Sarri, because we criticize Sarri a lot, but on the other hand, did he really receive the players that he needed? No. Pirlo, did he receive the player that he needed? Probably didn't even know which player he needed, because it was his first year. And Allegri with only Locatelli, probably it was not enough. So I'm not concerned about that, but it's true that Juventus has a lot of things to do. Really a lot. Let me continue to read the question of Nico and say him thank you, and then we can combine both questions about being ready and the one of Nico, and you can do we can speak about them. So Nico, thank you. Let me play it again, because probably it's a bit too small and you didn't hear it really well, but from now on, when you have a donation, you hear clearly Di Maria saying
La Juve.
La Juve. The beautiful way of Di Maria saying Juve. From Cristiano Ronaldo with La Juve to La Juve. La Juve. Nico is saying, ciao ragazzi, do you think it's possible to switch Chelsea from Koulibaly and send the link to Chelsea, or is it only Bayern for the Ligt? Is Chelsea still interested? So, who wants to start with or De Ligt and the question of Nico, or the other one of Rami that was asking, will we be ready for day 1?
I think De Ligt already picked Bayern. Chelsea are definitely still interested in him, but I think he wants to go to Germany. And Koulibaly, as much as it hurts to say, but it's done. He's been one of the best defenders in Italy in the last 5 to 10 years. He's probably the only player I hate when Juve play against him because he's that good. But yeah, he said no. It was clear, and he can understand it as well. He doesn't want to recreate that Higuain thing.
I think the Licht's also gonna go to Bayern, but not for 60 mil. I think it's gonna be, if it's 60, I think there's gonna be an add-on, like as a player, or 80 and above. But I think Koulibaly's done and dusted. I think he's going to Chelsea. It's over, and I never expected him to come to Juventus.
I
But,
personally, and you know it, guys, I never liked the player. I'm too old. I never liked him. It is what it is. He decided to go to Chelsea. Now I never liked him. Too old. He also bottled the Scudetto, so it's over for Koulibaly. I never.
Yeah, we
liked
need winners. We need guys who knows how to win. Koulibaly doesn't win.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
By the way,
go Tariq. Go Tariq.
no, sorry. I was just saying it was like Salihamidzic. He's going to Torino in front of all the cameras, smiling, talking to reporters, not hiding where he's meeting or who he's meeting. And he comes with 60 million.
You know, I was thinking about it. I don't know if it really is 60 million and that's it. He went away with a beautiful smile. I believe they are just waiting to announce, but I believe, I have the feeling there is already a kind of, maybe a first proposal. Juventus said, look, that's what we want. It will be quick. I think it will be quick. Now it's really a pity for Koulibaly. It's really a pity because he would have fit immediately. Like a Pogba and Di Maria, he would have been, for me, really, really perfect into that team. So, no, I'm sad. I'm sad about him, but also about the Ligt. Now, for the question, do you think that we can keep the Ligt from Nico? Today we have the latest news that if Juventus is not finding an agreement with Bayern or whatever team, he can even potentially remain at Juve instead of leaving. Unhappy because you see the father, the mother, everyone from his family is already starting to following the Bayern accounts in English, in German, in Dutch, in whatever language. So it's really a sign. And he also said to Juve, let's try to sell me this year. But Juve is, with Arriva Bene, with a new way of managing, closing the door to keeping the Ligt. I would not. Would you do it or not? Because, of course, keeping an unhappy player can be a danger. If you don't receive the at least 80 million, what would you do? Tariq.
For me,
I'm sorry. I agree 100%, honestly. Like, I think that Juve should have that attitude because Bayern has all the leverage now. They're like literally like they're dictating the terms of the negotiation. I think Juve should shut down the negotiation. And we need a hero. We need next week, man. We need Cherubini. Honestly, like Salihamidzic come to Torino every week. You can have dinner. You can come to Piazza San Carlo every time. Come have dinner and give us until we get the amount that we need. Honestly, the Ligt is like our prized asset, and we have to get as much. Even if it goes to August, even if it's ugly and so much news, I would prefer to maximize our return.
I think we have to sell the Ligt this year because if we don't, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong, we lose him for free next year. And
he has one more year.
He has one more year after next year?
Yeah, one more after.
Oh, so I agree. We keep him.
Honestly, if he has 1 year left, how much is he worth after 1 year? Like 1 year remaining on the contract?
I don't think he's worth more than 80 mil right now. That's just me. I love the Ligt. Really love him. But he cost a lot of penalties last year. But it might not only be him. It could be Bonucci next to him. It could be Alexandro next to him. Also, I guess you always got to have a complete defense to really stand out. So I just think if we get 80 mil for him or 70 and a good player that could fit right into our squad, that's class winner, good player, you let him go.
I think the last thing anyone wants is to lose the Ligt for free. or be forced to sell him for a very low fee. That's why the door might be closed on him remaining with us. I mean, he said pretty clearly that he wants to leave and join Bayern. So we all know pretty well that the will of the player has a lot of weight in these sort of situations. So I kind of see that deal as pretty much already done. I mean, it'll probably take a while, but I see him joining Bayern pretty much by the end of the summer. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, a player of his caliber, we always knew he wasn't going to stay and be a Juventus legend, stay forever. He left his top club, like Pepe said. He left Ajax. So if we didn't show the ambition to keep him over the 3 years that he's been here, I don't think we have. Definitely not surprised that he wants out, and I think we need to grant his wish.
Would he be unhappy if he stayed one more year?
I don't think he would be unhappy. I think he's still very comfortable. I think we are improving from last year, so it's not like we're showing a sharp decline where he would be one of the only good players on the team. But if he wants to leave, I don't really have any interest in keeping players like that around.
Me too.
Honestly, like even the will of the player, that was the previous management. Honestly, I think that Juve has to look at it to maximize the return. How many players have we had profit from? Pogba, Vidal, Emre Can, who was free. We don't make profit off our players. All of our players, they go either for free or we just make a loss on them. So like, honestly, I think that tooth and nail to the last day of the Mercato, you have to get the maximum. Because honestly, we don't even have a substitute right now.
I think you are holding out to find a replacement. Then they can proper negotiate with Bayern.
Because
That's
that's
right
now,
that's the
it's
problem,
between-
guys. Okay, let's say, as written below, Koulibaly expected to be done tomorrow at Chelsea. Koulibaly is gone. Okay, Bremer is not done yet, but he promised to Inter to go there. Okay, who do you take, guys? Because we don't need probably one, but probably even two. One experienced, ready to fit, and a second one. So who do we go for? I saw some people saying Kimpembe is not really great. We heard about Akanji. We heard about Gabriel from Arsenal. We heard now with the new trend is Pau Torres from Villarreal. But don't forget, it's 60 million. He has a release clause of 60 million, but he loves to be there in his club, so not even sure he wants to leave. So, guys, what do we do? Who do we take? Okay, the Ligt is sold. Koulibaly is over. Who do we take? And I want also the chat to participate. I want to see creative possible names.
I think you said
I
that
think
a couple of videos ago. What about Lucas Hernandez?
Oh, yeah,
He's a
100%.
left-footed centre-back.
100%.
We get him from Bayern, which means the Ligt deal will kind of just work together. And he's a World Cup winner.
Yeah, a great defender.
I see the center back pool getting smaller and smaller every day. I see Marvin said over there, and I was thinking earlier, Akanji. I know it's not a big, flashy name, but I remember watching Akanji specifically in UCL being just a dominant center back. I think that can be a name that hopefully slides into the background. Other than the usual names that we keep hearing, I'm personally a really big fan of Joško Gvardiol, the Croatian defender from Leipzig. He's another one, kind of like Pau Torres. He's a bit expensive, maybe a little bit unproven. He's personally one of my favorites, and left-footed as well. So hopefully he'll come back into the mix. But for now, it's looking like slim pickings.
Who takes Maguire?
Hey, not me. Enough of Maguire around here.
I'll take Caldara first.
Caldara first.
Rugani.
Rugani Caldara, the new center backs instead of Maguire. Crazy Racing, Pau Torres or Laporte is the one we
Laporte.
need. Akanji.
Laporte is a really good one.
Gianluca Mancini. We have Debatable Football Opinions, really great on Instagram, guys. Follow him if you don't. Talking about what center backs we should sign just hurts so much because we let go of players like Romero and Benatia. But what is done is done. But I can understand that. But it's again the same story. Romero, it was 6th choice. He left. If we are speaking about Benatia, we know it. Bonucci came back. He was not receiving what was promised by Allegri. and Benatia could have been really a great center back. Let me continue to read some names. So, Pau Torres, Akanji, Maguire again, Lucas Hernandez, maximum of likes. I love this guy. Victor Nilsson Lindelöf, Pau Torres, Maguire, and now people they start. Acerbi, Laporte or Pau Torres, Laporte, Bremer, Gatti. We already have him. Who believes in Gatti? Okay, let's do the question like that. Who see him as a starter? Who see him as a starter for after the World Cup? Who see him playing him 10 games as a starter?
10 games.
I see him as a rotation. 10 games. Yeah.
10 games.
10 games as a starter between...
Maybe less, honestly.
Coppa Italia, 10 games.
You know, there is one thing that makes me hesitant. Allegri still continued to say that he likes the guy. Today he repeated him. He said Di Maria, Pogba, but also Gatti. That is a promising guy. You know, he didn't speak about Miretti and so on. That he already spoke about them. But he's insisting and continuing about Gatti. Why? I don't know. So I believe he will receive some playing time. Now, of course, it depends who will arrive. Huh?
I think we'll be forced to see a little bit more Gatti this year than we might expect. Of course, with Bonucci starting and, again, whoever we bring in. But he might be forced to fill in a lot more often than we might like. So we'll see.
It's a big, I think, a bit risk, of course. He never plays a single minute in Serie A. It's a risk. It's a risk. Oscar is saying Gatti is a cheaper one and it's a young one. It's true. Rad, Pau Torres Klus is 58 and he has 2 years left in his contract and he's left foot. He's perfect. Perfect. He's a really great player, but again, 60 million for the clause. That's if he wants to come, because that's also the thing. It's not that you just arrive, you pay, and he comes. He loves Spain. He loves Villarreal. Will he join or not? Big question. But he could be the real great addition. It's the new trendy name that just came. If you have to choose between Pau Torres and Kimpembe, who do we go for?
Pau Torres.
Torres.
I don't like Kimpembe.
Yeah, nobody likes Kimpembe.
Yeah, it's
my son. My son told me that on FIFA he has the best card.
He is good on FIFA.
Oh, Kimpembe, you don't want to play him in FIFA.
Take Cannavaro out of retirement. Is Gatti good enough to be a starter? Honestly, I can't answer that question. I can't. Today I can't, because I heard only great things, but I need to see him at top level. I don't know. He's a winner. He is a winner. I really like Pau Torres, natural replacement for Chiellini. Laporte has the experience. Wolf is saying no, he doesn't want to. Laporte, Akanji for the Swiss link with Zakaria. And speaking about that, Paul Pogba, guys, because I believe that the center backs, we have a problem. We have a problem, but I feel today, on the 12th of July, I still feel confident that Juventus, they will bring us a top center back. Today.
I think so too.
If in
It's the most
3
important
weeks,
signing of the summer, 100%.
if in 3 weeks we have no big name, I will start to worry, because the situation today, it's difficult. But I still believe, but it's hard. No, Umtiti, no, it's over with Umtiti. No, the preferred one should be in a swap with Lucas Hernandez. I really would love that. That's a great one. Pau Hernandez, yes, but then you are eating up a lot of money. 60 million for a center back is a lot of money, especially because you were not planning it. Speaking about Paul Pogba, I want to speak about Paul Pogba. There are majority of people are extremely happy about Pogba coming back. You also have the people that are saying, because we don't know the injuries. He said that he was on vacation in the past. You know, you have these kind of people that are still bitter for the words of a 23 years old kid. Understandable, because especially when you love a player, it can really hurt. What is the excitement level of Anthony about Paul Pogba?
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm excited to see him back. I think what makes me even more excited, how happy he is to be back.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is how I look at it is the words that he had from Danilo when he met him in the locker room. Bentornato casa. He's
Eh.
home. He feels comfortable. I think not only in Juve, but in Serie A, I think he's going to be dominant again. But I do feel he has a lot to prove as well, which is why I feel a little bit more confident that he'll be able to perform. It's not like this is some big luxury, flashy signing where he's been, destroying Premier League for years. He has a lot to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder. And I think being back home, he'll be able to do just that.
We have.
I call him Philly.
Wait, let me just add that one because there are a few news, so at least we can continue. So I already said Koulibaly Chelsea is expected to be done tomorrow. News by Di Marzio. Dzeko, offer by Juve. It's a no from the Bosnian. So Juve was interested, saying. And then the last news, and then we can continue speaking about Pogba. Juve did not make any decisive move for Bremer because they know the player is committed to Inter. So we can already scrap Bremer and Koulibaly for the center back. So continuing about Pogba, I love the words of Anthony, especially speaking about Danilo, how we welcomed him back in his home. And then I believe that Enrico was or Tarek were about to start speaking about him.
I was just gonna say that the amount of time he said Felice, his name is Felice Pogba now. Honestly, like I've never seen a player that happy. Like I can't remember like in his interviews, in his posts, the one he got down from the car. Like honestly, like I think that it's a perfect marriage because in 16, Pogba was at the top. He made the FIFA Pro 11. You remember, huh? With all the Madrid and Barcelona players, and Juve was near the top. And now he came down. And we're also in a building up process. I think he found the love of the fans. He appreciates enjoying his football, and I think it's a perfect timing to be the leader.
My son. The name of my son is Felice. So that's the name of my son, Felice, which means happy in Italian. And we were watching all the things with my son that became finally a football fan. And I said, how does it feel when you hear your name? And he said, I don't care. I said, okay, that's cool. So I was super happy that he was saying Felice. He didn't care. He said, it's not me. I don't care about that. So, no. Tell me, Enrico. Pogba.
I'm so excited. He's my favorite player.
Oh.
Yeah, he's my favorite player. Every mercato, I would tell my friends, Pogba's coming. They'll tell me like, oh, you're crazy. He's not the same player. But I don't know. When he plays for France, he's a different animal. But when he plays for Manchester United, I guess the hate, the atmosphere, the environment, everything gets to him and doesn't perform well, which is I think it's normal, that you don't feel loved, you don't feel comfortable where you're playing. So I think he's just gonna be amazing again. I think he's gonna be Serie A's best midfielder. I just love him. That's my favorite player, so I have no bad things to say about him.
Yeah, that's good. I like you.
Pogba's gonna be the best around here. I'll say give him 6 months, and he will prove everyone wrong of how good he actually is. He's got a World Cup to play, which he always performs in with France, and he's a big challenge. But it's also under Allegri, who he loves. And he wants to prove himself again. So by the time Chiesa is back, we'll get the best Pogba, Chiesa on the wing, and I say league easy win, but you never know.
No, fantastic player. The one that we needed. How do you see the midfield with the ones that we have? So let me know how you see it with all the players we have in our team. And if you would add another one to make it perfect, yes or no? Harit, you can start immediately on that one, so we continue with you.
I wouldn't add any more midfielders, honestly. We've got too many right now. I see Locatelli sitting in front of the defence. Last year, he didn't even have his best year, which I think this year he will be even better. With Pogba on the left, and then it's between Zakaria and McKennie for me. One of them who will be just running in the box to get at the end of crosses. Pogba, we know what he has, and Locatelli this year was absolutely beautiful. I would keep Moretti, maybe Fagioli with them, and just to have them as rotation.
Mm.
I think Rabiot done an alright season last year, but he has to go. That's pretty much all the midfielders. I don't even want to go on about Arthur.
There is Bogdan Doismeni Beppe. You launch a poll and you don't even share the result. Indeed. I closed the poll. Zaniolo for 50 million. What should the people do? 43% of the people said do it, Juve. 36 only on loan without obligation. And 19% said no, don't do it, just skip it. So we see really a majority of people who are saying it's not our money, we don't care. Take him. So that's a great one. We love that. But a pro Zaniolo for a majority, but still nearly 20% of the people that said no, don't do it. Thank you, Bogdan, for controlling and reminded me that we had a poll ago. I already forgot. Harris is showing a lot of love to Paul Pogba. Guys, I was personally super excited about Pogba. I didn't even said it. Now even more. I already bought the shirt, by the way, immediately. The same day. I bought Beam Authentic number 10. My wife, she doesn't understand. She said, you already have the same shirt. Why are you spending again? You already have it. I said, I don't care. I don't care. But today she bought like new shoes, Dr. Martens. I said, you already have some shoes. Why are you buying new shoes? So, you know, it's a bit the same. You already have shoes, black shoes. You do it again. So we are on the same level on
my
that.
next top is a Locatelli one. Not gonna lie. Loving that guy.
Locatelli?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good question. Before continuing with the midfield, so you are going for the Locatelli, Harid. Which player are you taking, Tarek?
Pogba 10, the black jersey, 100%.
On the away one is beautiful. Anthony.
You know, I love Pogba. I'm happy he's there. I love Vlahovic, but I gotta get the new Chiesa one. New number, new player. I want the Chiesa 7.
I understand. You know, my son, he bought the new one of Chiesa with this season, 22-23, with the number 22 when we were at the stadium. He said, ay. So I said it. That's the risk. That's the risk. Enrico, you can tell us the shirt, but then you can also continue with the midfield. How do you see the midfield of the new Juventus?
For the shirt, I got to get 3 of them. I got to get Chiesa, Di Maria, and Pogba. And then the midfield, I think Arthur leaves. I think Rabiot leaves. I think McKennie, Zakaria, Miretti, Rovella, and Fagioli, they all stay. But
the 3 youngsters?
Yeah. But I want to explain why also. Because I see Miretti, if he really, I love Miretti. I think he could really be very good. But I see him playing like how he did this year, half the season really with the U20 under 23s. But I see Rovella and Fagioli like stepping up big. Like I feel like they would play better than Zakaria and McKennie, even though I love them both. I love every single one of those midfielders. I just think that Pogba, Locatelli, and like a mix. I don't think Zakaria is going to work as good with those 3. And I don't think McKennie will either, because I feel like Pogba's more of an attacking player. Locatelli, I guess if they're going to play him as the 6, you need someone to hold that ball in that midfield and like move it. And I just think it's one of the younger ones. Like I love the way Miretti did it. I haven't seen Fagioli play because I didn't watch Serie B, and I haven't seen like Rovella got hurt, and now Genoa's in Serie B. So
correct. Correct. But I believe that the 3 of them, it's a lot. It's a lot.
No, I understand. Yeah, I think one of them might go on loan also, but
I believe at the end it will be Rovella. Let me say thank you to Mikey below it that just became a member. We saw for a few seconds Di Maria that just came to welcome. Mikey, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Really appreciate it. For the members of the channel, if you have the ability to be in the Telegram group, that's also fantastic, because that's how we organize it. For example, today I wrote a message, guys, tomorrow I want to do one. I want to organize also another one on next Tuesday normally. So I write there for the member of the channel. You can just say, guys, I want to be on. If you have a good camera, good. Whatever. If you are visible, if we can hear you and you have a good internet connection, we are going and we are on. And that's really appreciated. Thank you, Mikey. Are we sure that we are playing a 4-3-3 or do we have maybe other possibilities? I see Tariq that is saying yes.
Pogba said it in the interview. He kind of hinted that, we like to play a 4-3-3. He dropped that hint. And honestly, I think that's the best formation for Pogba. He thrives in a midfield three, even when we played 3-5-2. So the best way to unleash Pogba is to give him that freedom. On the left side, he can attack. He doesn't have to worry about tracking back or defending all the time. And, he can perform. That's the best formation, I think.
43. That's also, I believe, one of the reasons we stopped with Dybala, because we really want to go toward that. That doesn't mean that we can't play some games in 4-2-3-1. But a 4-3-3, I think that will be. Locatelli, Anthony, where do you see him the best with all the midfielders that we have? Because, of course, if you are playing a 4-3-3 with Pogba that said I play the best on the left, on the right, but really as a box-to-box, we know that on the other side we have McKennie and Zakaria, especially McKennie, that is also a real box-to-box. What do we do with Locatelli?
No, it's a great question. Personally, I always saw Locatelli's best position on the left side, pushing, playing a bit forward, like he was able to do with Italy. Of course, if we had brought in, if things had worked out with SMS, he would be able to stay there with him on his right side, but that's okay. Things work out the way they do for a reason. So now with Pogba on the left, I believe, Locatelli's going to be pushed back in between the defenders, and I'm okay with that. I don't think he's a perfect regista, but I think he has the best range of passing of anyone on our team. I think he has the best vision, so I think he has a lot of work to do there, but I think he'll fit in fine behind the other two midfielders. On the right side, it becomes a question. I don't think we're going to keep both Rabiot and McKennie and Zakaria. I think at least one of them has to go, along with Arthur. So on the right side, I think we can have a mix between the two more physical players, Zakaria, McKennie, and hopefully one or two youngsters, rotating in as well. Fagioli would really be playing more as a mezzala as well, but I think Rovella would be a great backup to Locatelli, although I do believe he's probably the one most likely to leave. I'm sure that's the best position for him.
Some people are asking what about Soulé in first team. So just and then I want also to say hello to Cecilia, always there. Dr. A is asking what about the Telegram group. It's super easy, guys. Everyone is welcome in the Telegram group. You have also the link into the description. Telegram is a kind of WhatsApp, super easy to access, where especially Mohamed El Shahali, our friend El Tactico, is reporting all the news of the day. Hey, sometimes you log in if you take away the notification. Otherwise, it's a lot of news during the day. Then you receive them. You can discuss. You can discuss any topic. So you click. Super easy to download, Dr. A. But about Soulé is a player that can play, especially in that 4-3-3 right side. That's the position he played in under 19 and under 23. But he's also a number 10, so he can play behind the striker. He's not a player that can play on the left. Soulé is a big talent. Juventus believes in Soulé. They believe in him a lot. They will promote him in first team. That doesn't mean he can't go back and play a few games with under 23. But Soulé, at the moment, he needs a bit of muscles. He's a bit shy. He needs a bit of presence. He did really well last preseason. He will go with the team in USA. So I believe it's really a player that we can see, especially more than last year. But there is some competition on the right. Already today we have potentially a Di Maria, a Cuadrado, and a Soulé for that spot, without even talking about Zaniolo. So it will be hard for him playing in next season. But I believe that the team really wants to put some youngsters like a Soulé, like a Miretti in that first team, so that we have that mix. And one thing that is making me also being reassured about all these things is that today Pogba, yesterday Di Maria, they said something really important, both of them. They said, we are also here to be an example for the young kids. We are there to give them the hand and to let them grow. Especially Pogba said that was not my role when I was at Juve, but now that I come back, it's for some parts it's a different Pogba that also will need to help the other ones, and the same words of Di Maria. So I really believe that Juventus, they believe in their youth academy that after 5 years is really starting to grow and to show some talents. That's what I wanted to say.
And honestly, with the youngsters, I have very low expectations. Like I don't watch a lot of under 19s and like Genoa, and for like all of these youngsters, I just always like to have a low expectation because I want to be surprised. Like honestly, I'm like I hope they break into the first team in the future. Like we need them, honestly.
Wait, breaking news about Sebastiano. Guys, comment that one. Bernardeschi closing to Toronto. Details now discussed on contract before signing third Italian player after Insigne and Criscito. That's the most important news according to Sebastiano. Guys, should he have stayed a bit longer in Serie A or Europe? Or you think it's the right move for Berna? Harit.
Right.
I think
Anthony. Go, Anthony. Go.
Just real quick, I think I'm one of the rare ones. Ever since he joined, I've always been a big supporter and fan of Bernardeschi. I know he underperformed, never really reached his potential, but I always hoped it would work out for him at Juve. Very sad to see him go, and really only hope for the best of him. I think he'll have some people in USA.
Yeah, I kind of like Bernardeschi as well because it's not for lack of trying that he didn't make it into the UV. It's just never worked out for him. But I think Torino is the right move. Toronto is the right move for him right now to just enjoy football rather than just compete at the big level.
I never liked Bernardeschi. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm telling you the truth. That I don't like him. I think he's too sloppy on the ball. He's just, for me, he's not Juventus quality, and I don't know. Let him go to MLS, make a lot of money.
I like Bernardeschi, but for 3 months only.
But the thing is, a lot of money. I don't know. I don't know what the salary he will have at Toronto. I never heard about the numbers, but I think it's great there. Look, they can improve their English, even if Bernardeschi was already speaking English. But improve the language, have a new culture. It's a pity. But on the other way, where could he win at least 4 million in Serie A? Nobody could give him that. Napoli had some contacts, but it was impossible. And then I didn't see any other teams. It's a pity, huh? By the way,
if he would have went to the Premier League, he probably would have got 4.
Yeah, but which team in Premier League? By the way, West Ham today. Did you hear about West Ham? 40 plus 7 for Scamacca.
I saw that earlier. Yeah, it's a crazy number. He's a good striker, but 40 plus 7 is a lot.
It's
I don't think he wants to go to England anyway. I think he wants to be in Paris, where it's more flashy.
Apparently, it's close to be done deal.
Wow. I remember in January, we were 20 million is too much for Scamacca. But wow, yeah.
Yeah, I think Juve last year were when they passed on him, it was the right choice because we did end up with Dujan. But 40 plus 7, but it's the Premier League. They always overpay for players.
There is Gravos who is asking, Beppe, it would be nice to have the names of the people on the screen. It is. So here you have the names of the people. Maybe they are not visible enough. But when I'm pinning some comments, because the screen is condensing, then they disappear like here. But then when we put it back, you can see it. So it's Harit from Glasgow, Tarek that is living in Dubai now. And then we have our 2 guys from New York, Anthony and Enrico. What did we forget, guys? Is there a topic that I forgot to speak about that you really want to touch upon? Because Bernardeschi put me out of the way.
Di Maria, I think this year he's... See when Buffon said he's going to be the Maradona of Serie A. That's where I'm at.
I'm calling him
going
Rabona
to be the
TV.
best player.
Rabona
Yeah,
TV, that's what
100%.
we're calling him from now on.
By the way, Rabona TV, tomorrow he will do a video with me because you know he's living in Canada, but he's from Portugal. He is supporter of Benfica, so tomorrow we will do a video with Rabona TV speaking about the Rabona, man. But I agree with Harit. You know that except of Pogba, that for me is emotional, but I'm super excited about Di Maria. Anthony, do you think that he can do the difference at 34? And is it the right choice for Juve, even if it's on contract only 1 year? Of course, 5.5 million, it's not that expensive in terms of loan, with some bonuses, presences, assists, goals, and so on. There is a World Cup. How will he come back? Was it correct, yes or no, from Juve to doing it? I know that now we saw the videos, we are all happy, but if we are really neutral, right or wrong decision?
No, I think it's the right decision. I'm definitely a little bit more tame on Di Maria joining us than a lot of other fans are. I'm definitely happy to see him. I don't think it completes our front three at all. I think we still have a lot more to add, especially on the left side. The one thing I think he'll definitely be able to bring is kind of those games where we had this year against some of the lower table teams where we're just struggling. No one can make a move and find the goal. I think there'll be occasions this year where he'll be able to do that. Just take the ball himself, make a one-time move and score. I don't think he'll have much of a future with us, especially with the World Cup. Say if Argentina go all the way or they win it, I'm not really sure what his motivation will be like. But I'm definitely happy to have him. I think he'll be a great model for older players. I think he'll to perform well and contribute some goals in Serie A.
Rafinha from Leeds will probably go to Barcelona for 70 million. The Ligt would beat... I know. But the problem, guys, is that Bayern, they came with 60. Who has other opinions about Di Maria?
I think Di Maria is gonna really be a phenomenal in Serie A. Like, actually, I think my prediction with a couple of my friends, I said Di Maria gets 10 goals, 10 assists in all competitions, though. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna boost it up. 15 goals, 10 assists in all competitions. No, yes.
Oh, the opposite. 10 goals and 15 assists.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 10 goals, 15 assists. That's what I'm going with. Because Vlahovic, I feel like with those balls from Di Maria, a nice little Rabona cross to the head.
La Juve.
I just think it's going to be so good next year. I'm so excited. Maybe I'm overexcited, but I'm excited.
La Juve.
Pay attention,
Juve.
pay attention,
La Juve,
Enrico,
la Juve.
because being too excited
La
at a certain point can be also really dangerous.
La Juve.
Okay, 10 goals and 15 assists. Tadic, what about the season of Di Maria? You think Enrico is right, or you think he's exaggerating?
La Juve. Be excited. Di Maria is world class. He's motivated, and like even with the World Cup, I think he's gonna go top. I really think that he's a Juve. He has a leadership. He saw in the Finalissima. He still has it, you know. Like he's still good, honestly. And I believe, honestly, like in our team, it's gonna be fun.
There is Michael. Michael is asking in the chat, Beppe, am I the only one that is hearing La Juve, La Juve? Let's hear it again.
La Juve.
Sorry, guys. The people next to me, so Harit, Tariq, Anthony, and Enrico, they can't hear it. They can't see the images that are coming. But I'm having fun a bit. While Tariq is speaking about serious things, I'm having fun with
La Juve.
La Juve. So this is the new sound. And the people are laughing in the chat. What is this sound? Beppe, that was fun. Hey guys, you will hear it all season long. We have this. We also have the sound of Pogba. He's singing "It's Time," but the best one is this one, huh?
La Juve.
Yeah, I love it. Sorry guys, I was interrupting you, but you know that sometimes I love to go in these kind of really strange things. So sorry, continue, Tariq. Sorry.
No, that's it. I was just saying that honestly, Di Maria, I'm very excited for him, honestly, and like it's a perfect thing that because Chiesa is not available, it fits perfectly. Like even if he stays 1 year, he plays, he gives us time for Chiesa to come back to form, and all the young players and even the other players, even the people who are more experienced, Vlahovic. You saw how he met Vlahovic. You felt that Dusan was the new player and Di Maria was Senatore.
It's true. It's true. I had the same experience, the same feeling about it. On the other way, I think that we didn't see the real Dusan Vlahovic at the moment. And I believe that we can really, really enjoy it. You know, today we saw that picture in training with Di Maria, Pogba, they were sitting, and next to him you had Vlahovic. My son, he was watching that picture. I'm speaking a lot about my son now. But he was watching and he was saying immediately, look at that, the three goats, you know? And it was really important for me to hear that, because he didn't say, look at that, the new guys are here, or the two new great names. No, he immediately said also Vlahovic. And I believe that the one that will do a big improvement in terms of production and so on will be Dusan Vlahovic, because that was the thing that was missing last year. Being fed by some players with some assists and so on. And that's why I don't believe, like Enrico, that Di Maria will score 10 goals in all comp. I can believe the 15 assists, all competition. 10 goal, I don't know, because I believe that Dusan will take a lot, and also a lot of goals from the midfield this time, more than the last season. Then, Enrico, if he's scoring
I think
10...
we're getting a new Dusan this year.
What did you say?
We're going to get a new Dusan Vlahovic. Like the one we saw for the last 6 months is, you can't judge him on that because he had absolutely no support.
And we're still waiting for the 10 goals from McKennie, huh?
But he was injured, huh? He was injured.
Yeah.
He can do it. He can do it. He can score 10.
That's a lot, huh?
He can score 10. If he plays, he can score 10.
That's a lot. I don't know if he's able to. He arrived already at 6. 6 is personal record.
Yeah, that was good, actually.
Yes. 10. You know what I predict? McKennie starts, and after 2 months, Zakaria will take over.
Oh, yes.
I believe.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think one of the...
Yeah, I see Zakaria as the starter.
Yeah. No, I think Zakaria is going to start. I think, and then, again, Fagioli is going to take over. That's what I think.
Lorenzo is asking, guys, do you think that Di Maria can have the same impact as Tevez had? Tevez was immediately beast. I believe he scored in his first game immediately with Juve, and is still remembered. Rad is agreeing with him. We all said that he will have a fantastic season, but the same name as Tevez?
That's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Because, like, I think we all here love Tevez. He was only there for, 2-3 years, but the things he'd done is amazing. I hope so. I hope he will be the new Tevez.
It's a different role. Tevez was a real pure number 10, a striker, where the other one is serving the team. Tevez was finishing it. So, but I'm happy. Look, at the moment, I'm super happy. But it's true that we need to fix our defense. Cambiaso will be doing his medicals tomorrow. Who saw a bit of games of Cambiaso last season? Anthony and Enrico?
Oh, yeah. I saw a bit of him. In fact, I saw the game where he got hurt, and I remember it so specifically because we were maybe kind of rumored with him, looking at him along with some other guys, and he had a great game. If anyone can go back and see some of that game, he was really impressive and just kind of fearless with coming forward, taking on his defenders. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so it's really all up in the air. But I'm happy he's joining. Look to see a lot from him, even if he sticks with us or goes to Bologna. I'll still be watching.
Do you guys want him to stay, or do you think he'll go out on loan?
I would keep him. I'll keep him. Sell one of the other two, or keep him. Have DeCilio come in, but I would keep Cambiaso.
Yeah.
I would
What do you
keep
think of Pellegrini as well?
Yeah. I would
Would
keep
you sell
Pellegrini.
Pellegrini?
Just the two of them would be difficult, I think.
Honestly,
tough situation, but
have you guys seen a mercato like this? we've already like we have 5 players who've left and like another 5 who are not wanted. Like I've never seen a mercato like this. So many players leaving, like or like not
A lot more to
wanted.
come. A lot more to come.
But look, we had a problem since so long in the midfield. And also, if you look, Juventus 2 times in a row, you are fourth. So you had to do some changes.
Yeah.
You really had to. So I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised about the Mercato. Now, the problem is that we didn't sell anyone.
Yeah.
And now we'll have also to concentrate on selling because we have Arthur that will not go in USA. They are trying to put him somewhere, but it will be a tough one. There is Pellegrini because Alexandro, you like him or not, he will remain 1 more year until the end of his contract. You have a Rabiot. There were a lot of voices from Newcastle, from Chelsea, from United, even from Paris Saint-Germain. They all disappeared at the moment. And I start to be, when I'm telling you I'm not worried about our center backs because I'm sure Juventus will do something. What I'm worried about is, again, that we are stuck with players that are not leaving. And that makes me really, not about Alexandro because I know, but really about a Rabiot, an Arthur, Moisken, what do we do? So these players, I don't hear any voices of them being linked somewhere. And then we are too much. Because they are also taking space for the young kids that are there. Because, of course, if you have a Moiskin, you can't just put him on the bench for all season. It's impossible. You have to play him because if you don't play him, you can't sell him in the future. And you have an obligation to buy from Everton at the end of the season. So you will lose all the value. It would be dangerous. That's something that is scaring me. I wanted, because I see a question from Sisman, and after the question of Sisman, I want to go into your wishes for next season, where Juventus should...
La Juve.
I'm hearing Di Maria saying la Juve. But I want to know from you where you think that Juventus needs to really increase and do a lot better than in 21-22. If you have to take, like one thing, what would you do? Sisman, and thank you for your donation, Sisman, is saying Bayern will do what we did to Sassuolo for Locatelli. No, Bayern Munich is not a team like that. They know perfectly what they can spend. They already made the calculation, 60 million, of course. They are joking. They will come back with an offer. Will it be 70? Will it be 75? We don't know, but they know the minimum that they can spend and the maximum. Otherwise, they would not even have traveled. So it will not take long. Also, it makes totally no sense to have a player that is traveling to USA doing all the preparation with Juve. So I really don't believe that it will happen. It's also not the same player. Locatelli was a young talent, possible. Now we are speaking about the Ligt. So no, because it's also blocking your mercato. It will be too late to replace the Ligt in the future. So what are the things that we need to improve? Who wants to start on that one? Enrico?
Definitely the doctors or like the medical, physical trainers. Definitely that. I don't know. I think we've done, as of right now, how the Mercato's going, I think you signed 2 top players on a free. I think that's already off to a great start. Save so much money on spending it on other players. You could fill in other positions. Other than that, I love the new management. I feel like if it's not Juventus's way, then they don't go for it.
Stop. Pay attention. I will put me in full screen, guys. We have a leak.
Suspense music, huh?
No suspense music. No, today we have to be fast. Look, guys. Look at that one. It's a movie. What do we see behind Paul Pogba?
Cambiasso?
No, look better. What do we see?
The away jersey, right?
There is a spoil. Look, there is Paul Pogba. He's talking, blah blah blah, and then there is a shirt in the back. Look. Now it's in slow mo. It's already the Pogba number 10 on the away one, so we can confirm that we see the new shirt of Juventus that has been spotted on the movie. Oh, the guys, they see everything. I love that. I love that. So we can now say that indeed the new shirt of Juve is the black one. So we already saw some images, but that's I like that. Bepective, I like it. Enrico, I interrupted you. I'm sorry for that, but I love to see these kind of things. So you see the doctors, and I agree with you. Medicals, we have to do better. Huh?
Other than that, I don't know. I think we've been fixing things as we go. The management is great. I think the way they want to do their business, the way it has to be in their range. Whatever they want, I feel like that's what they're gonna go for. They're not gonna go lower. They're not gonna go higher for any player. I think whatever they say is what it is, or else it's you could go. But other than that, I don't think anything else.
Anthony, if you have the magic wand, what do you say to? Don't tell me the doctor, because it already has been said by Enrico that one you can't use anymore. But you arrive at Juve and you have to speak to Allegri and to the team. You say, guys, 22-23, not anymore what we saw. One thing you have to do better.
I think from a numbers-wise, it has to be goals scored. I think we had a lot of problem with scoring goals, especially in key matches. But for me personally, I want to see more clean sheets. Most important thing, I think, for Juventus, we have to have more clean sheets, more defensive solidity. I'm fine with winning games 1-0. If we could win every game 1-0, I would, absolutely. A little shaky of the year to start for Szczesny, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how our defense shapes up, and I want to see more clean sheets this year.
I agree on that one, because the two has to be better, offensive and defensive. But in the past, you were scaring them because you knew that if you were scoring one goal, it would have been really difficult to concede one. Now you score one goal, it was not enough, and it was putting a lot of pressure. Harit, and then for the people, I want you guys to ask some questions to Harit, Tariq, Anthony, and Enrico, because I'm always trying to invent some questions, but I want also you guys in the chat to ask some questions to them so that they can answer. If you want to put the name of the people that you want to answer your question, otherwise you just put a general one and I will ask randomly to one. Harit, the magic wand.
So this year, it's not much for the players, but more for the management. Is like, I want to see the Mercato finished early. I don't want the same thing happen last year where Ronaldo leaves a day after the first game and then Allegri has to change the full plans. Because when the season starts, I can guarantee it that Allegri thought Ronaldo was staying, and then it changed, and that's why we had a shaky start. I want the Mercato finished hopefully by the end of the month, and then Allegri can build.
I kind of agree with you. On the other hand, it's true that the Ligt will be solved really fast. But it's true that sometimes you are waiting to have some opportunities, but we saw what happened last year, so you are correct on that one. I agree as well. Tariq, your magic one before the questions to you guys arrive.
If our team performs like our marketing, we're in for it. It's amazing, honestly. But for the team, I just want us to I just wanted to attack, honestly. I just want to see us when we're playing teams that are lesser quality than us. Even if we get that one goal early, I just want us to attack. I want, one of the best forms of defense is offense. If we just put the fear, we might win 3-0 or we might score 2 goals in 15 minutes. Allegri is not the most attacking coach, but there was a time when Khedira scored a hat-trick. So honestly, I just want us to just enjoy our football, and the fans, they will create better atmosphere, more positivity. We might concede goals, but we just need to have a more, we need to be able to try to be more on the offensive, honestly, and just try to enjoy our football.
I agree. There is already immediately a question for you from Dr. A, who is asking to you, Tariq, Firmino for Vice Vlahovic. You do it or not?
Firmino is actually a good player. He's very good in hold up, and he allows the wingers to cut across, for Liverpool, Salah and Mane. He's a bit older. If we could get him on the cheap, honestly, I would like it. But I have another question. Moise Kean, why can't he be a Vice Vlahovic if we can't sell him?
Who wants to answer that one? I saw Anthony when he heard Moise Kean, he was like, I don't know.
No, I like Moise Keane. I think he can stay if we can't find the solution for him. I'm fine with that. I just don't see him being in the number 9 role. I don't think his finishing is quite there yet. I know he's a very physical player, but I really wanted to see more of him play kind of how he played in PSG as a supporting winger, cutting inside, making a defender miss. We didn't really get a chance to do that, and his finishing last year was dreadful, honestly. But if we decide to keep him, I'm happy. I'm fine with it, but I don't think he'll be good enough to be a number 9. Backup 9, you need someone who can come in, play 20 minutes, bang in a goal every now and again.
There is a Shervin who's asking if you want to be his bodyguard.
For the right price, of course.
Everything can be done.
Of course.
Another one for Tariq. Who will take the penalties?
Dusan, you have to feed the monster. Let him score as many goals, get his high confidence early on in the season. Just go for it. Capo Cananieri.
I like that, but I don't think he will be the one. Enrico, who do you think will, not who do you want, who do you think will be the penalty taker?
Who I think is who I want. Pogba, I think so. I think Pogba's taking the penalties.
I will tell you that you are all wrong. I believe that Bonucci will take them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I also think that.
I like that.
But I still think Pogba, honestly. Pogba was taking them before he left Juventus in 2016. He was also taking them when Dybala wasn't on the field.
Yeah, sometimes. But Bonucci never misses, huh? So I'm happy with that.
They didn't take a lot of them, also. Beppe, what are the chances for Donnarumma next year? I don't believe neither next year. Why? Because Szczesny said in an interview that he had 3 more years of contract with Juve and he planned to remain until the end of them. So I don't believe that Donnarumma could come next year. We have a question from Mohammad who is saying, and thank you for the donation, Mohammad. Hello, Juventini. This mercato will not please everyone. We still need one more mercato to build. I agree. Never thought we'll have issues in the back. We will have hard defensive choices. So, Mohammad, you just joined. We spoke a lot about the defense in the beginning. We all agree on the fact that at the moment, hey, it's not enough. If the Ligt leaves, then we have a lot of possibilities. We have the Ligt that can remain or can be sold. We are thinking that he leaves. Of course, Koulibaly, no. Bremer, no. So you will have to find new profiles to join. And that's a really difficult one, but it's correct. Like the left wing, you just can't please every position and fill everything in one thing because there were a lot of things to change. Just to answer that one, Arid, what do you think about the position? Okay, now that we had one in the midfield and one offensively, let's say center back, we will fix at least one name. If you have to go for one other position to fix this mercato,
I think it's obviously the left back right now. We need a big name there. If we get a big name centre back, then right back with Zaniolo is good enough for now. It's just that big left back problem we have. And I used to like Alexandro, but he's just been going dead the last few years. Big names on the market right now is just Mendy. I've heard a few rumours about him being offered to Juve, but that's the only one I can think of right now.
People are pissed off with me. Beppe, don't say Bonucci, Beppe. Bonucci will take the penalties. Rad, we did very well. And continue with your questions to the guys. Look, then I will read. No, let me read first. We did very well in the midfield and attack line. My fear is we will end up with a weak defense line, which always is the case with Juve blind spot on each mercato. Neven is asking to Harit. Harit, does Benici stand for you in this Juve team? That's a beautiful question.
I think he is our best defender. Thinking that Ligt is out, he is our best defender right now. So him on the right, with the Italy not in the World Cup, so he'll get some rest. I think he will have a good season.
to all of us, who do you think will? For me, I can't answer that question today, because we don't know. Inter today, I saw the first preseason game of Inter, the real first. They won 4-1. They were missing like half of the team. They were playing with some youngster. There are so many changes. Inter is building well. Milan, they didn't start yet, but they are the winner of the Scudetto. At feeling, I believe that the Roma will do great, but one thing that I already said a few weeks ago, or maybe even months, is that I really feel that Juventus will win the Scudetto this year. That's really a feeling I have. For the rest, I don't know. Who wants to already do some prediction? Dai, Enrico.
I think Juve. I could say my top 4 in order.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yes, Juventus first place. I think I really believe so. Then I go. I'll tell you my 4th place before I tell you 2nd and 3rd. I have Roma in 4th place, and 2nd and 3rd. I feel like it's all going to be really close. I feel like Juventus comes out on top by a game or 2, and I think Milan and Inter are going to fight for the 2nd and 3rd. So, I don't know.
Someone else?
I think mine is pretty similar. Juve obviously going to win it easy. Inter are going to probably chase us. They will be 2nd. I don't see Milan doing as good, so I think they'll drop out of the top 4. I've got Roma, who Juve fans don't hate me, but I really like Jose Mourinho. So I think he'll do well. With the 4th team is probably AC Milan will be there.
What about the fairy tale of Atalanta? It's over?
It's over.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had 2 years and it's done. Like that's.
I agree with
That's
Enrico, but I think the Scudetto is an April Scudetto. I want May to be a fiesta. I want to see Gatti. I want to see just celebrations, honestly. I don't want any last game.
Me too.
Jacob Farrugia is going with a wild prediction. Already the top 7. Juve first, then Milan, Inter, Roma, Napoli, Atalanta, Sassuolo. Sassuolo, who did they buy? Nobody, eh?
I think they just are selling players. I didn't see them buy anyone.
They are selling. If they sell Scamacca, who is the replacement of Scamacca? I don't know if they have. Boo? So, I don't know. Hey, pay attention to Fiorentina, because we are not talking a lot about them, but Fiorentina is doing a big mercato with Luka Jovic from Real Madrid. They have Golini as a goalkeeper now. They are doing a beautiful mercato, and I believe also Italiano staying there, renewal until 2024, is also giving them an advantage. I don't know if they are able to do top 4, but they will be quite competitive. Don't rule out Fiorentina from being a good team, what I believe. Huh?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't believe in Lazio. Who believes in Lazio? Nobody. Anthony, no?
Nah, I don't believe in Sarri that much.
You know why I don't believe? Because I already hear some things like they are fighting, Sarri. If you start the season like that, it's hard, and then it's really hard. Great confidence on Juve, but I still think we will only win this year because of others' mistake. Okay, let's take that question and okay. If today the Mercato stops, it's over, okay? And Juventus remains with that team. Do you think that Juve can compete in Serie A and in Champions League, or we are missing still a lot? I will tell you immediately, I believe we still miss.
I think we could compete for the Scudetto. Maybe not for Champions League because you have teams like Manchester City. They have everyone. But I think definitely compete. Everyone's healthy or Chiesa's still hurt?
Mercato stops, so that means he will come back in, I don't know, September, October, and then 100% in January.
I think we definitely can compete. I think and that means the Ligt stays because he didn't get sold yet. So I think we definitely could compete for the Scudetto. I think we could actually win it with this team.
With the Ligt, of course, because I said close, so that means he doesn't leave. Okay, so if we remain like that with a team like we have Szczesny in the goal. On the right side, Danilo, Bonucci, De Ligt, Pellegrini.
Pellegrini, probably.
Let's say
Pellegrini.
Let's say Pellegrini. Then we have Pogba in the trio on the left. I know, because you also have Rabiot. Okay, let's say.
No, but he can be a rotation.
Yeah. So Pogba, you have Locatelli and Zakaria. And then on top you have Di Maria, Vlahovic, Moisken. Or Di Maria, Vlahovic and Quadrado. It's not bad, huh?
Yeah, I'll play Quadrado.
Me
Quadrado.
It's not bad.
It's a Scudetto winning team right there.
It's not bad, but I believe
I think we won the Scudetto with worse teams.
Yeah, that's why I say it also.
I think today we're the second best team in Italy. The only question is Inter, and I think honestly that if we just get a couple signings, we can be the best team in Italy.
No, I think Milan's the best team in Italy as of last year. But after the Mercato, I think, if it goes good, I think Juventus is just going to take over again for the next 5 years. I really agree with what Beppe was saying. I really think it's a takeover again.
I am confident because 2 years it was enough.
Yeah.
Now it's enough. There was Louis Pace who was saying Monza will win Serie A. The win is maybe exaggerated, but I always said it. With Galliani and Berlusconi, you never know what happened. They already started really with boom boom. At the moment, they are doing a great mercato. But of course, it's a Serie B team. They want to compete and doing beautiful things. I will be curious to see Monza playing in Serie A. I'm really curious. Okay, guys, if you have other questions, let's continue still 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes with the guest before closing. If you have questions for them, for Anthony, for Enrico, let me put the names again of everyone. Just write a name and let them answer your question. Of course, Louis, I know you are joking. Monza has a rumor of signing Luis Suarez. Meanwhile, we have a question from Niven for Anthony. If you had to pick one to stay, would you choose between Miretti or Fagioli?
Why not Rovella? What if I like Rovella too?
He said you have to choose Miretta or Fagioli.
I think right now I'm taking Fagioli. I have no problem with Miretti taking a little bit more time, maybe having some time on the youth team or sending him out on loan. I think Fagioli will be more ready just to contribute some goals and assists. Don't get me wrong, very excited to see Miretti. I think he has a great future with his team, but for the moment, I bring in Fagioli.
I'm scared that he didn't still extend the contract. I'm scared about that. They were already talking about it and so on and so on. It's already, I know there were some other priorities, but at the moment he didn't. Aman, Enrico, you look a bit like Ramsey, not gonna lie. Is that the first time that we are telling you that? I see that you're super happy, Enrico.
No. That's the first time I ever heard that. It's the first time.
I like the Ramsey is a beautiful man. By the way, did you see that he signed the contract to end the contract? It was everywhere. But I know the guys from Average Juventino guy. Actually, what they did, they took the paper and they hide it. He signed the paper and then of course he didn't pay attention and it was too late. So we checked with the lawyers. It's not a valid paper, so can't do. Another question for Anthony. I know it's just an observation. You dope, Miretti is better. So you already have some people are saying no, Miretti is better. Enrico, how many goals for Paul Labil Pogba?
8.
Hey, that's already. Speaking about Serie A or all comp?
All comp. I know what 9. All comp. All competitions 9. Coppa Italia, Champions League, and Serie A.
Let me check if we have other questions. Branimir Radosevic is asking, do you think Pellegrini can become first team player this season? Or maybe Branimir wanted to say really a starter?
I don't think so, honestly. I think that, Pellegrini will play some games, maybe against teams that are less offensive, but I think Allegri will always stick with Alexandro, who he trusts more.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Because last season, when he could choose, he chose even De Sciglio on the left side over Alexandro. I think, but I can be wrong, I believe that Allegri said, you know what, I can't do the magic on Alexandro. It's over.
Did you see his assist today?
The assist of Alexandro?
Yeah.
I
Comeback season.
I didn't see it. I closed my eyes at that moment. I didn't want to see. I saw Cuadrado doing this assist. I saw the Rabona of our friend Di Maria, but I didn't see the assist of Alexandro. No, I didn't. Let me check. Question for Harit. Do you think Allegri is the way to go, or if I gave you a coach with more attacking football, would you prefer over him?
See, I'm not one of them people who just loves attacking football. As Antonio said, I would rather win the full season 1-0 and get the title. That's a win's a win. And Allegri has proved over the last few years with Juve that he is a winner. So, not really. I wouldn't take a more attacking football coach. I think he's building something, and this is an Allegri mercato. So, I really hope this season's gonna turn out well.
I will make it a bit more difficult. What is the reason, knowing that he has 2 more years, so this one plus 2 more years on contract, Allegri. If you were management, what is the reason to sack Allegri at the end of the season?
Don't finish top 4.
Oh,
yeah.
I think,
Yeah, then I go to Torino. I go to Torino to kick him out. If we don't finish top 4,
but
okay.
As long as he's competing for the Scudetto, like even if he doesn't win it at the end, I think he's staying. He's building something. The fans really like the new signing. So
would you accept?
I think he's staying.
I will challenge you, Harit. Would you accept Allegri still as the coach 23-24 if we finish 3rd?
How will we do in the Champions League?
I don't know.
Quarterfinals.
If we win the Champions League,
quarterfinal, like Tarek is saying. Quarterfinal and 3rd.
That's a tough one, because if we finish 3rd and quarterfinals, I think the management will get in contact with Zidane again.
It's done. But Zidane will be in France.
That's what I'm thinking. Like after the World Cup, we will know Zidane's position, if he's taking the France job or not. And if we finish 3rd and don't win the Champions League, I think maybe it's time.
I think that Allegri this year he has to win. I believe.
I don't think so. I think honestly, Beppe, they're like they keep I think they mentioned the Ferguson model. I think they gave him a lot of power, and I think only if there's a disaster season, like we're out of the top 4, I think he stays at least 1 more year. Even though I wouldn't want in that scenario, but I think he will stay.
Look, Aman is going for a Scudetto or nothing. Michael is saying depends how many points we're off the league. Of course. When I say he has to win, I agree with the first explanation of Harit when he was saying depends if we are fighting for it or not. Because then you can be 3rd at -2 points. Then you fought until the last game of the Serie A. That's something else. You lose, it happens. But you are at, like -2, -3 points, you are there. I agree with that. But I mean, okay.
The thing is, I think with Allegri as well, like keeping the manager for next year is kind of sending a message to the player. It's like perform or leave. You're not just going to keep changing coaches until the players start working. Because I think that's something we saw last year was players just don't really caring as much.
Yeah.
Enrico,
Ligt had
who's
three
the
coaches
leading?
in 3 years.
Yeah.
Who's the leading scorer in Serie A, Enrico?
Vlahovic. Yeah, Vlahovic.
Johnny, yeah.
I will even add. What do you think about Lukaku's comeback? Do you think he will do great? By the way, we have Aaron who's there. Huh? Beppe, no one is talking about me, and he's saying,
Ciao Enrico.
No.
By the way,
Lukaku.
go for Lukaku.
So Lukaku, I think he will do better than this season he had last year, but he's not going to replicate that Conte form.
Even if today I saw a great chemistry between Lukaku and Inzaghi. Yeah? Inzaghi was also a scorer, not like his brother, but he was also a scorer. I think they will have a great relationship. Of course, we are all saying, his favorite coach was Conte. He will not do the same than with Conte. But today when I was watching, I was like, I don't know. Even if Lautaro stepped up. Today Lautaro was in form. But it's also normal. In the beginning of the season, you have these skinny, small players. Physically, they are really much faster in big shape than Lukaku. So I'm really curious to see. Really, really curious. And Aaron, thank you for being on the channel. Any chance you stay? Well, I think that will be a difficult one. I'm curious if you will go to USA, because today we know that Arthur will not go. Chiesa and Caio Jorge. I didn't hear the name of Ramsey, but it's true that when we are going in the site of Juve, the website, you see all the players, but you don't see the shirt of Aaron Ramsey. So I believe it's over. It's over. To everyone, Giorgio is asking, do you think after Mercato we still have a problem on the back line of the defense? If we sign a center back like Gabriel or Kimpembe?
I think Gabriel or Kimpembe, we will have issues because I don't rate either of them.
I agree.
We need someone bigger.
I agree.
You need like Van Dijk back there. Can't have Kimpembe and playing with him with Alexandro, and I don't know. Bonucci's getting old. The only one that I really like, and I feel like he performs well, is Danilo. I think he fights for Juventus, like gives everything. And I don't really see that. I feel like Bonucci's getting too old. Alexandro gotta go. And I don't know. Kimpembe, I don't know how he's going to be. Maybe he'll be a monster.
How many goals for Vlahovic, Anthony?
Oh, we go for the record. We go for the Serie A record.
36.
See, Higuain's record. We
That's
break
a
it.
lot, guy. You are crazy. That will never happen with Allegri.
I think so too.
Guys, you say you are happy with... Okay. Anthony, you said I'm happy with 1-0 every game. We have 38
Every game.
38. That means he scores in every game. Only Vlahovic.
Every game. Perfect.
I know. Hey,
1-0 FC.
This is the way.
I want at least one time the possibility to say Pogba.
No, 30 is really top world-class striker. We go for 30.
Dr. A is always speaking to me about Gimenez. I don't know really well. Is he good or not? I don't know.
I think Jimenez started good at Atletico Madrid, but now he's not even a starter. So, like, he kind of, over the last few years, he plateaued a bit.
Guys, okay. I wanted to do something with you. The Book of Truth. That's too close. You each choose a page. The Book of Truth. I will do a quote for you for being a really great guest. And after your quote, just tell something you want to say to the chat or whatever. Something that you didn't have the opportunity saying goodbye. We finish with that one. Who wants to start with the Book of Quotes?
I'll start.
Anthony, from page, not the 4, because last time we used the 4, you all know the 4. So from page 5 to 149.
Give me, for my brother, shout out my brother Mike, big fan of the channel, Beppe. Give me number 18.
18. You have top or bottom? You can choose, because we have 2.
Bottom.
Bottom. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. That's the message for you.
Very true.
Keep that
It's a beautiful quote, and could be very important for Juve this year, I believe, as well.
You want to say something more that you were not able to say on the channel before saying goodbye, Anthony?
Oh, I just want to say thank you, Beppe. Honestly, I mean, been a big fan for a long time, so this really is something special to me to be able to be in here and talk with you and be on the channel. Really looking forward to what the future has for you. Big things coming, Beppe. But just thank you to you, especially. Thank you to the Juventino watching in the chat, and to Hadith, Tadic, Enrico. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Anthony. Enrico, choose a page.
123.
123. Top or bottom?
Top.
Okay. Your quote is, "No one will ever give you permission to live your dreams."
It's a nice one. I don't know how to feel about that one.
No, but you don't have to explain. Just a joke, just to tell you. Pay attention to that one.
know.
But is there something you want to add on today's live? Something you didn't have to say, and also saying goodbye to the people.
No, definitely. I appreciate you letting me come on here. And no, I watch the lives every day. I'm a big fan of the channel also. And man, I just want you guys to remember that I said that Juventus is going to win the Scudetto. And Di Maria with 10 goals, 15 assists.
I love that one.
I
don't believe in it, but I love that one. If he does, you come again, Rico.
Sounds good.
Tariq, yours.
33.
The Bernardeschi one. There is only one. You can't choose. Your quote to take away with you, you don't have to comment it, it's just a gift for you, is, "All progress takes place outside the comfort zone." This one is one that I really like.
That's a good one.
I like that one also.
That's what Juventus has to do. We have to change the defense. The Ligt out. Let's go with Rugani and Bonucci. Tariq, your turn. You want to say something to the people in the chat?
First of all, thank you, Beppe, honestly, for hosting this, get together between, like our community. And I really, really, really appreciate our community. It's positive. We talk about football and like so many familiar, like Enrico, Anthony, like all these people, I've seen their names, and, Aman, Moshe Ali, Ahmed Sako, so many people, like just like everyone, Mohammed Yusuf, like just, I want to thank you guys for just, sharing our Juventus love and just being, together and enjoying these nights when we should be sleeping.
Thank you, Derek. No, thank you to you. You're an amazing guy. Since 2 years and a half, I consider you like a friend, so I'm super happy. Thank you, Tarek. There is Sisman is asking me. I will do it only for Sisman, guys. He's asking me, Beppe, open the page for me, 38. Okay. Sisman, for you. Don't wait. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. If you have to do something like going to toilet, don't wait. Go immediately, because it will never be there just right. And the last one, Harit, you were a really great guest. Thank you for being here. Tell me, choose a page. Dude.
I'll go for 17, and I'm going to have it at the back of this.
Mandzukic or Trezeguet?
Yeah, Mandzukic. Love that guy.
You can't choose, it's just one. So, the quote of you is, "After climbing a great hill, one only finds..." Mamma mia, I can't read it. Here. "After climbing a great hill on..." Here you go. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb.
It's never the end.
It's
You
never the
always
end.
keep going up.
You will have to do a lot more, Harit.
Yeah.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
it's great for. Thank you for having me here, Beppe. Great to meet you all, guys. Amazing to read the chat, see the guys, and can't wait to live the Scudetto next year again, because 2 years is long enough for us. And Beppe, been looking forward to seeing you in Glasgow soon.
I really hope, with the family. Now I'm going to Greece from the 31st until the 7th. And then maybe a city trip to Glasgow after Torino, because first of all, I need to go to Torino. I need to go to the stadium.
And Toronto.
And Toronto. Beh, you know, no. I'm honest, huh? After the live with Marco, I checked immediately on the tickets and what I had to do from Europe in Belgium to travel to Canada. And actually, you need to request a special document to be able to travel to Canada for me. But it would never arrive on time, so I couldn't. Then I checked the flights. It was like 1,300 euros up and down. I said, you know what, I'm happy I don't have the document. So it's good. But it's true that I checked because I really wanted to do. Now, of course, we made another bet with Marco, and it was if Koulibaly is joining Juve, he would come to Belgium. Otherwise, I have to go to New York. So
see.
It can
Come
be
to New York, Pepe.
It
You're
can
gonna
be
be
that
on
I
your
go
way
to New
soon.
York.
Yeah, cool. Tomorrow you're gonna find out that you're buying the ticket to come here because Koulibaly is going to Chelsea.
Hopefully it's Marco that is coming there because you know a last tentative would not be great. Would be amazing. People were happy. 400 like. I didn't even check the like today. It was not important. I was just having fun with the guys. Rico, if you come to Glasgow, we need to meet for a pizza, Beppe. Rico, absolutely. So you're not the only one, from Glasgow. We have a few people
Hey,
from
Rico, where you at?
Rico Franchi from Glasgow. Where? I don't know. Rico, let us know from where you are. Maximum of likes. Beppe, are you coming to Sydney in Australia? Guys, you know that it's expensive to travel Australia, New York, Toronto, Glasgow. But these are countries I never visited. I would really go to. Amazing live, guys. Just I explained because Dr. Ray is putting a really nice message that it was an amazing live. Today it was really chill for me because I didn't have to repeat everything that I'm always saying every single day. But I really wanted to thank the 4 people here, but also the people in the chat, because being able to do that, it's only thanks to you. It's a honor for me because as I always tell, I can be positive, I can be dynamic, I can do the editing of the videos in the morning, I can stay 2 hours speaking, but if nobody cares, it's over. So it's thanks to you that the channel is doing great. So I am eternally grateful for that. We will do it again, guys. Because we had some problems in the past, I'm doing it only for members of the channel. I had to make a decision. Thank you for the members. I will write in the channel, in the Telegram group, maybe next week we do another one on Tuesday. Looks like a beautiful day when there are no Champions League. And then maybe do it every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks in rotation. Thank you, Anthony, Enrico, Tarek, Harit, but also the people in the chat like Juan, like Louis Pace, Shervin, Rico, that is actually south side of Glasgow. We need to meet for a Juve game. That's the message of Rico Franchi.
Hey, we're going to make it happen.
Thank you, Sam
I don't know
Mikalev.
any Juve fans here.
We have to do it. Look at that. Locatelli, and then you sent the picture. Huh? Thank you, Aaron Ramsey. Come to J Medical with me. Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Aussie, Bogdan, Gravush, Eldar, Sisman, Marvin, Rico, to everyone. Ninip, always there, Ninip. Ciao, grazie. Guys, remain a few seconds on the chat. Don't leave, okay? Grazie, forza.